Phu Quoc is a destination defined by stark contrasts. It offers the potential for a perfect tropical escape, but often surprises unprepared visitors with a reality that doesn't match the brochure. From the shifting winds that dictate the quality of the beaches to the sheer distance between the main towns, a great trip here requires a solid strategy. You really don't want to land expecting effortless paradise, only to find yourself struggling with logistics that could have easily been managed. Welcome to the Itinerant Traveler. In this guide, we'll look past the marketing to help you master the logistics. We'll break down what not to do in Phu Quoc, how to navigate the divide between the tourist zones, and the hidden traps that catch even experienced travelers off guard. Here's how to dodge the biggest Phu Quoc mistakes to avoid and ensure your trip is memorable for the right reasons. Part 1. Trash Physics. Most travelers assume that the best time to visit Phu Quoc is simply the dry season, which runs from November to April. While this guarantees sunshine, it also brings the northeast monsoon. These prevailing winds act as a massive oceanic conveyor belt, driving regional marine debris directly into the island's southeastern bays. This creates a shocking paradox. You can book a trip in December expecting the pristine white sands of Baisao, only to find the surf choked with plastic and styrofoam. This is the Phu Quoc trash season, and it catches thousands of visitors off guard every year. To avoid this, you need to follow the wind rule. During the northeast monsoon in winter, the east coast is often dirty, but the west coast, home to Long Beach and Ong Lang, is calm, clear, and debris-free. Conversely, if you're wondering, is the Phu Quoc rainy season worth it? The answer is yes, but only if you flip the map. From May to October, the winds reverse. The west coast becomes rough and unswimmable due to high waves, but the east coast bays like Baisao often clear up and become the paradise you see in the brochures. The mistake isn't visiting in the wrong month, it's visiting the wrong side of the island for that month. Don't book your hotel based on photos taken 5 years ago. Book it based on where the wind is blowing today. Part 2. The Ghost Town Trap. Once you've solved the weather, you have to solve the geography. The island is dominated by a massive north versus south Phu Quoc divide. In the north, you have Grand World. In the south, Sunset Town. Both are architecturally impressive, built to resemble Venice and the Amalfi Coast respectively. But booking your hotel inside these zones is often a critical error. These areas suffer from what we call the ghost town paradox. They're engineered almost exclusively for the night economy. By day, the streets can feel apocalyptic. Empty shop houses, vacant canals, and a lack of basic amenities like a pharmacy or a simple convenience store. If you base yourself here, you're isolated in a simulation that only comes alive after 4 p.m. The strategic move is to base yourself in the Goldilocks zone, specifically the Ong Lang or Zongdong areas. These locations keep you connected to the real island culture and cut your commute times in half. Visit the ghost towns for the evening shows, but don't sleep in them. This simple adjustment saves you from the feeling of isolation and the high daily transport costs that plague visitors who get stuck at the edges. Now that you're in the right place at the right time, we need to protect your wallet, because the geography costs you time, but the economy here is designed to take your money. Part 3. The Extraction Economy. Now that you've sorted the geography, you need to defend your budget. The service economy here has industrialized a few specific traps. The most pervasive is the commission economy. When you get in a taxi or hire a private driver, never ask for a restaurant recommendation. If you do, or if your driver claims your destination is closed or has bad hygiene, you're likely being steered towards a commission venue. These Phu Quoc tourist traps pay drivers a kickback per head, which is why the menu prices are often inflated by 20 to 30%. The strategic move is simple. Always have a specific destination and politely but firmly insist on no stops. This avoids the common Phu Quoc taxi scam where a cheap ride turns into an expensive detour. Then there's the seafood. This is the island's main commodity, but it's also where the most aggressive Phu Quoc seafood scams happen, specifically in the night market and Ham Ninh village. The first mechanism is the water bag rig, where a thick plastic bag filled with water is weighed along with your crab, costing you money for liquid weight. The darker trick is the live switch. You pick a live crab from the tank, but while you're seating yourself, the kitchen swaps it for a dead or frozen one. To avoid this, ask them to poke a hole in the bag to drain the water before weighing. And don't be afraid to stand by the kitchen to watch your crab go into the pot. It's not rude, it's just good business. Part 4. Industrialized nature. The final layer of your operational defense involves the island's activities. A massive mistake many travelers make is assuming that a book tour equates to a nature experience. In Phu Quoc, the standard Phu Quoc 4-island tour has been heavily industrialized. The typical $30 trip often functions less like an exploration and more like an assembly line. The primary mechanism here is what we call the seawalker hostage situation. Your boat's first stop will likely be a coral park barge. Here, guides will aggressively pressure you to buy a seawalker helmet dive for an extra $50. If you decline, you aren't taken to a beach or a snorkeling spot. You're often left stranded on the wooden barge for 60 to 90 minutes waiting for the paying customers to finish. You're essentially paying to wait in a floating lobby. Furthermore, the pristine reefs advertised in brochures don't often match reality. Heavy boat traffic and warming waters have bleached much of the shallow coral at the standard stops. To actually see living reefs, you need to bypass the industrial barges. The strategic move is to book with specialized, small group operators who use hydro data to find quiet spots, or to charter a private speedboat. It costs more, but it buys you freedom from the assembly line. And a quick note on Starfish Beach. If you visit, keep the starfish in the water. Lifting them out for a photo kills them, and the locals are increasingly policing this. Don't be that tourist. So, is Phu Quoc worth visiting? The answer is a definitive yes, but with a major asterisk. It's not a plug-and-play destination like Da Nang or Bali, where the infrastructure guides you to the right experience. It's a place that demands an active strategy. If you show up expecting the fantasy, you'll likely leave frustrated by the costs and the chaos. But if you respect the reality, if you time the winds, dodge the Phu Quoc scams, and navigate the geography with intent, you unlock a version of the island that most tourists never see. Success here isn't about luck, it's about logistics. Treat this island like a system to be mastered, not just a resort to be visited, and you'll find the paradise you're looking for. Thanks for watching The Itinerant Traveler. If this field manual saved your trip, subscribe for more strategic guides. Until next time, safe and happy travels.